Welcome everyone. Here we are dealing with the lesson biomolecules. We have finished the chemical analysis. We have also seen what are amino acids. We have also seen what are lipids. We have seen about nucleotides and nucleoside and nucleotides. That is, these nucleotides, these are the building units of a polymer called as nucleic acid. These are the building units of a polymer. What? Nucleotides. Nucleotides are the building units of a polymer called as nucleic acid, and we have two types of nucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA. Okay, in DNA 4 nitrogenous bases are found. What are those 4 nitrogenous bases? That is adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. I repeat, thymine. Adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. Thymine is the 4th nucleotide, that is 4th nitrogenous base. Thymine is the 4th nitrogenous base. So these 4 nitrogenous bases, they combine with phosphate group and sugar molecule. With sugar they combine with deoxyribose sugar. Okay, if DNA is a polymer, so here the nucleotides will be made up of nitrogenous bases, that is adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. So these 4 nitrogenous bases, they combine with all these 4 nitrogenous bases, they combine with sugar. Which sugar? Deoxyribose sugar. Okay, so many nucleotides combine together and make a polymer, that is very large molecule, and that is called as DNA. In most of the organisms, this nucleic acid, that is DNA, acts as the genetic material. Okay, RNA will also be present. It will be helping in the protein synthesis, but the genetic material is the DNA. And in RNA, we have nitrogenous base, that is adenine will be there, guanine will be there, cytosine will be there, but instead of thymine, which was present in DNA, here thymine will not be present. Instead of thymine, in RNA we have uracil. Instead of thymine, the RNA consists of uracil. The 4 nitrogenous bases are adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. Remember these things, because in the next year we'll be having one very big lesson where we have to remember these ones. Okay, so in RNA, adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. These 4 will be joining together with sugar. With sugar? Ribose sugar. With sugar? Ribose sugar, because I said you this pentose sugar is of 2 types, deoxyribose sugar and ribose sugar. RNA consists of ribose sugar and DNA consists of deoxyribose sugar. DNA consists of deoxyribose sugar. So these will be this adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, that is these nucleotides which have nitrogenous base, sugar and phosphate group. These nucleotides will combine, many such nucleotides will combine together and form the large molecule, that is polymer, which is nothing but DNA and RNA. Now coming to this next topic, that is primary and secondary metabolites. Primary and secondary metabolites. Primary and secondary metabolites. So here this ones, this amino acid, this lipids, this proteins, carbohydrates, polysaccharides, monosaccharides, those nucleotides, this nucleic acid, all these are nothing but these are biomolecules. These are biomolecules. All of them, that is carbohydrate or this polysaccharide, monosaccharide, amino acids, proteins, lipids, fats, fatty acids, all these, that is nucleoside, nucleotides or DNA, RNA, what, so all these things which are present in the bodies of the living organisms, these are called as biomolecules. These are called as biomolecules. And the other name for biomolecules, that is biomolecules. What are biomolecules? Like this, we have amino acid, we have proteins, we have nucleotides, okay, we have nucleic acid, we have lipids, we have fatty acids, okay, we have monosaccharides, we have polysaccharides. All these are the biomolecules which are present in the bodies of living organisms. Okay, these biomolecules are also called as metabolites. So we can call them as biomolecules, or we can also call them as metabolites. Biomolecules are also called as metabolites. Now why they are called as metabolites? Simple, in the word itself it is there. These metabolites, they are called as metabolites. Why? Because they help in metabolism of our body. They help in metabolism of our body. This proteins, this amino acids, this nucleic acid, this nucleotides, this carbohydrates, this all these, they help in the metabolic reactions which takes place inside the bodies of living organisms. These biomolecules or these metabolites, which are even called as metabolites, they, what do? They help in the metabolic reactions. They carry out the metabolic reactions which takes place in the bodies of the living organisms. Okay, so this metabolic, we have already learned this one. In the first lesson itself we have seen the metabolic activities are of two types, that is metabolism is nothing but it is a sum total of two processes. Metabolism, it is a sum total of two processes, that is anabolism and catabolism. Metabolism or the metabolic activities consist of two types of activities, anabolic activities and catabolic activities. In catabolic activities or catabolism, bigger molecule is broken down into smaller molecules, whereas in anabolism, in anabolic activities, smaller molecules combine together, join together and form a big molecule. If I draw this in anabolism, this is one small molecule, this is one small molecule. These two small molecules combine and form a big molecule. Whereas in catabolism, bigger molecule will be broken down into two small molecules. Bigger molecule will be broken down into two small molecules. Both these reactions are opposite to each other and they are carried out continuously in our body. Okay, so here this is metabolism, which is, that is many. In metabolism, what is happening in our body? Metabolism is taking place. So what is happening during this metabolism? Many small compounds, that is many small units are joining and forming bigger compounds, and that form bigger compounds are again broken down into smaller compounds. Then smaller compounds join together and form bigger compounds. Bigger compounds broke down into smaller units. So like this, continuously in our body, reactions are taking place. So this whole process of forming and breaking of compounds is called as metabolism, which takes place in our body. So the substances which helps in metabolism, the substances which helps in metabolisms, those are called as metabolites. So when we give this a definition to it, so metabolites are nothing but chemical entities which take part in metabolism. The chemicals which take parts in metabolism, that is the chemical substances which helps in the process of metabolism, those are called as metabolites. And the chemicals which helps in metabolism, those are of two types. Those are of two types. The first is primary metabolite and the second is secondary metabolites. So metabolites, they are of two types, primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. Now coming to this primary and secondary metabolites. The primary metabolites are those compounds whose role is known, which role is justified. That is, we said this that is proteins, lipids, nucleic acid, this proteins, lipids, this nucleic acid, this one glucose, cholesterol, proteins, all these are present in our body. These are the metabolites, and the role of these metabolites is known. The role of these metabolites is known. Okay, glucose, it is a monosaccharide. Glucose is a monosaccharide. Okay, so this glucose, the role of glucose is known. Glucose gives us energy. Glucose gives us energy. The food which we eat, it is a very complex molecule. When it goes inside our body breaks it down during the process of digestion and convert it into a simpler substance, that is glucose. So when that glucose is used up by the body, cells of the body, it gives us energy. It gives us energy. Okay, so the role of glucose is known. What is the role of glucose? That it provides energy to the living organisms. If I want to do work, then glucose should be there in my body. Then only I will be able to do work, because for doing work energy is required. And who is giving the energy? Glucose is giving the energy. Now we know the role of glucose. We know the role of teacher. What is the role of teacher? That she teaches. She teaches. Okay, we know the role of doctor. What does the doctor do? It treats the patient. We know the role, what role they are playing. Okay, so you suppose teacher and doctor as metabolite. The metabolites whose role we know. Whose role we know, that is they will be teaching or they will be treating the patients. So here also, this primary metabolites are the metabolites whose role is known, justified. Then we can say, yes, this glucose is the one which gives us the energy. Like cholesterol. Cholesterol is one type of lipid or present in our body, fat which is present in our body. So what is the role of this cholesterol? It helps in the stabilizing of the membrane. It is called as this role of cholesterol is, it acts as membrane stabilizer. Cell membrane will be there now. So the cell membrane stabilize. It acts as the stabilizer for the membrane. Then we have this lipid. This lipids helps in the formation of the cell membrane. Lipids helps in the formation of cell membrane. Protein, we all know that is proteins, they help in defense mechanism. Antibody, that is when we get sick. When we get sick, our body fights with, why do we get sick? Some foreign bodies from some foreign microorganisms enters into our body to fight with those. When they enters into our body, they causes diseases. Okay, so to fight with the disease, our body produces a protein. That protein is called as antibody. That protein is called as antibody, and that antibody help in killing those organisms which has invaded our body. Okay, when the organisms are killed, then with the killing of organisms, the disease will be gone. So protein helps in the defense mechanism, that is fighting with the disease causing microorganisms. The protein also helps in the formation of enzymes. These enzymes are very helpful in the digestion process. Different enzymes will be helping in different processes, but let us take an example of a digestive enzyme, trypsin. Trypsin is a digestive enzyme. It helps in the digestion of proteins. Okay, so hormones. Hormones are nothing but they are helping in the growth. They regulate, hormones are the substances, chemical substances which regulates the growth of the living organisms. So here these hormones are nothing but they are proteins. They are proteins. So these proteins will be helping in the regulating of our body. These protein helps in the digestion. These protein helps in fighting with the diseases. So different types of proteins. But here what I am trying to tell you is the role of protein is known. If this is the protein, then what is the role of protein? It is helping in the fighting with the diseases. What is the role of this protein? It helps in the digestion of food material by forming the enzymes. It helps in the growth of the living organisms. Okay, so but for each and everything you see is the role of these metabolites or those biomolecules. The role of these biomolecules, which is also called as metabolites, because they help in metabolism. The role is known. We know the role. Okay, so such metabolites whose role is known, those are called as primary metabolites. So the role of metabolites which is known, this role is known, role of glucose, role of cholesterol, we know the role of them. So such substances or such metabolites or such biomolecules whose role is known, those are called as primary metabolites. So this will be present, these metabolites will be present both in animals, and they will be present in plants, animals and human beings. These will be present, the metabolites whose role is known, they will be present in the bodies of plants as well as animals as well as in human beings. Okay, now coming to the second type of metabolite. The second type of metabolite is secondary metabolite. Secondary metabolite. Now it is complete. Here the role of these metabolites is not known. Okay, the role is not known. The role of metabolites is not known. They are produced inside the bodies of only plants. These are produced inside the bodies of only plants. The secondary metabolites, they will be present in the bodies of the plants. Okay, but these will not be present in animals and humans. In animals and humans, these secondary metabolites will not be present. These secondary metabolites are present only and only in plants and some fungus. Some funguses are also there which it produces certain things, but the role of them is not known. Here it is produced by all plants, animals, human beings, everyone, and we all know the role of these substances also. But there are certain substances, there are certain biomolecules or metabolites which are produced by the plants, but the role of them is not known to us. Till now we have not discovered the use. They are produced by only plants and some fungus, and these are not produced by animals and human beings. These are not produced by animals and human beings. These secondary metabolites are produced only by plants, and in some fungus also these metabolites are produced. So their role is not known to us. Okay, but they are produced in plants. Here they are produced in plants, but we don't know why the plants are producing that substances. Here this secondary metabolites will be produced by the plants. The examples of secondary metabolites, we have pigments. Pigments are there. Pigments are there, alkaloids are there. Alkaloids in the sense morphine. Morphine is one alkaloid, nicotine is one alkaloid. Okay, so these are the different alkaloids which are produced by the plants. Flavonoids are produced by the plants, toxins are produced by the plants, scents are produced by the plants, gums, spices. Then we have rubber is there, it is also produced from the plant only, produced by the plant only. Resins, tannins, this rubber, they help in erasing and making of other products also. Spices we use in food. Gums, we all know it is used as adhesive. These toxins are the harmful chemical substances which is produced, and it is also produced resins, tannins. They help in this resins and tannins, they help in varnishing and all. Then that is antibiotics are also produced by the plants. These antibiotics are produced by the plants, drugs are produced by the plants. There are certain plants which produces antibiotics, there are certain plants which produces drugs. They also produce this one, they also have this one, proteins, amino acids and all, they also have all those things. But along with these things, the plants produce the extra things. The plants produce extra things. These extra things are produced only by the plants. They are not produced by animals and human beings. Do we produce rubber? Do we produce spices from our body? No. Do animals produce them? No. These are only produced by the plants. These are the extra materials which are produced by the plants. Okay, so these materials, they are produced by all. They are produced by all. That is, plants also produce them, animals also produce them, human beings also produce them. All living organisms produces these materials. But these materials, that is the secondary metabolites, these are the extra materials which are produced only by plants and some fungus. Okay, so plants produce antibiotics, plant produces essential oils they produce. So all these substances, extra substances are produced by the plants. They are produced. But till now we don't know what is the use of them to the plant. Why plants are producing them? Their role is not known. Their plants are producing, but they are not helpful to the plants. All these things, they are not helpful to them. But why they are produced? We don't know. But plants are producing it, but they are irrelevant to the plants. They doesn't have any function for this one. Why it is produced? We don't know. But plants they produce certain things, but what we know is all these extra things which are produced by the plants, they are very valuable to humans. They are very valuable to humans. They are produced by the plants and they are not used by the plants. They are not used by the plants. But we human beings, we have the use for them. We have the use for them. We use antibiotics for treating diseases. Okay, we use the scents, resins, rubber, that is resins and tannins for varnishing purpose. We use rubber for many other purposes, for making different things of rubber, and we use it to raise things, spices in the food. So these things are very valuable to the human beings, and some of them are even valuable to little animals also. These antibiotics, animals also get diseases, so to treat them with the diseases, antibiotics are used, but they are not useful to plants. They are produced by the plants, but they are not useful to the plants. So such substances are called as secondary metabolites. Okay, so this is about the primary and the secondary metabolites. In the next video, we'll see about this that is biomolecules. We have this biomolecules are of two types: bio-micromolecules, bio-macromolecules. Okay, in the next video, you will see this metabolites also, a little information of metabolites also. Then you will be moving on to biomolecules. In the first video, that is the next video, the first thing we'll be discussing is about this primary and secondary metabolites only, but afterwards you will be having a detailed that is explanation of biomolecules and the types of biomolecules. Okay.